Our opening contest is a best-of-5 set in the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Elimination Bracket. Introducing first, now standing in the ring from Germany, representing Geared Gaming, the Machine, Tarik! Introducing now his opponent from the Rio Grande Valley in Texas, in partnership with EXC, the number 3 ranked player in Texas and the best Corrin in the world. This is SHADIC!
You already know what it is, baby. SHADIC and Tarik locked and loaded, ready to go, man. We talked about this a little bit earlier about this matchup, but a little bit of background of this. You know, this is SHADIC's first top 8. His very first top 8, and he probably wouldn't have it any better than this being in his hometown. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So, I mean, this is a set of the most compelling storylines you could imagine from this.
Oh, this is the second.
Oh, second?
Oh, my bad. I didn't know the lore. That's my fault. My bad. Yeah, I was locked and loaded. I thought I had my facts straight. I'm sorry. I
then
apologize.
he's been here before, so it's all good. I mean, it feels like it's a familiar story, but with all of the things that have happened up leading to this weekend, I know that this is the first of a swing of 3 major tournaments that SHADIC is going to be looking for. He's seed 22, facing off against seed 13, 2 of the unlikely warriors that have made it through this bloodbath of a bracket to get here and to make this an interesting top 8 for all of you to watch.
Right, and shouts out to CS Stats, man, for the lifetime record 0-0. They've never played each other before, so this is going to be a very, very interesting contest between the two. Looking at Tarik's rise to get here in the first place. Oh, Lord. Well, he 3-0'd him, and then it looks like a straight-up sweep all the way until winter semifinal. Shadow PR giving him a little bit of trouble, and then beating Shu, Geist, losing to Mudace, but then 3-0ing Jazzo in top 64 to make it to this point right now.
Yeah, meanwhile, SHADIC having some really convincing records up until this point, losing a game to Kurama, but still getting the upset on that 8th seed and making it so that SHADIC is now on the rise through this top 8. It's going to be through losers, but with all of these great wins over Ned, Wrath, Marvelous Marco, and Salt the King, I mean, it feels like SHADIC has been preparing for this moment for some time.
Yeah, and Tarik, like I said, being the World Warrior, going through some trials and tribulations themselves, but he is locked and loaded and ready to go over here for this first match in Losers Round 1 of Top 8. Texas, y'all gonna have to give SHADIC your energy. Let me hear y'all out there one time, man.
That's right. That's the hometown. You know, it's the home field advantage, so to speak. But hey, you know, it's Tarik's birthday. Everybody wish Tarik a happy birthday, real quick. All right. This is going to be really interesting because these two characters in both Corrin and Greninja look for a lot of the same things, a lot of super safe moves on that shield. So we got to be careful to see how much we go in the aggressive front. The defensive options are going to be the ones that win out more often. But, I mean, who knows? I've seen some really great aggressive plays from Tarik. We just got to make sure that those multi-hits are confirming. We know that sometimes it can be a little bit of an issue.
Yeah, we know that SHADIC is really, really good with the air mobility, and especially with the frame traps that Corrin has to offer as well. The range is something to keep in mind as well. So I'm very interested in the stage picks, you know what I'm saying, just because we're going to wonder how, Tarik is going to be able to move through those platforms and worry about the Corrin pressure through those platforms as well, especially, how, Greninjas like to stay grounded in some aspects, so...
Yeah, absolutely. I think Tarik is one of those guys. I talked to him a little bit before Top 8 started. He does think that this is slightly advantageous for Greninja over Corrin. He thinks that he just slightly wins it on maybe like a +1. I mean, this is going to be the test since they have not been able to face off in bracket thus far. This is going to be the proving grounds.
Oh, man. And what a road it has gotten to be for both of them. Both of them world warriors in a sense. You know, they really feel like quite confident in their matchups. Like you were talking earlier about how Tarik, he does have a little bit of Neo experience as well. So.
Yep. Yeah, he plays against a little bit of Corrin here and there. I mean, he was there during SmashCon. He played against one of the many Corrins that made a wave in that tournament. Now, it's none other than the greatest of them all, SHADIC, facing off against Tarik. Let's get it on.
All right, starting off over here at PS2. DIing out these combos is going to be real instrumental, and that's kind of what I'm scared of. Like that pin right there, that's exactly what I'm scared of. You saw how I went through the stage right there, and we talked about earlier how stage picks were going to come, you know, be a factor in this.
Yeah, I mean, if those ledges are going to lend themselves to being poked out by that frame 4 pin, you got to be extremely careful about how you go about your movement.
Oh my God!
Dying a little way too early off the top. That's going to be the lower ceilings of PS2 and the great angles that Corrin's knockback sends you at that are going to secure that first stock for SHADIC.
Right, you saw that lunchtime DI. You were aiming for 12 o'clock right there, something straight up. That was sub 100. Like, I mean, excuse me, that was a little bit over 100, so it wasn't even like that high of a percent for him to die at. It was really surprising.
Both of them just trying to put out a little bit of feelers right now, trying to figure out how much can you get away with. You know, you always gotta pick your shots wisely, but sometimes you can take a few more liberties in the first part of the game. You know, only a minute has gone by, and we still have not too much damage on SHADIC. He's looking pretty clean.
Oh my God, that pin barely missed. Like, here we go. Not, and this is what you were worried about earlier with falling out of the multi hits and things like that. Like it's a shame, and like SHADIC is can actually take a little bit more risks. You know, just because he's a stock up, and like this percentage is still climbing, but really good fair coming out from, but getting hit by the paralyzer right there, and getting back to stage and trying to match with him, and Tarik able to get the fair right there. So even stocks.
This is the one thing Tarik said it was going to be a great advantage for him here in this set is the ability to catch the Corrin recovery. There's lots of tools in Greninja's disposal that he could use, but we have to see which ones are going to come out to the forefront. As of right now, SHADIC just trying to play a defensive option, retake center stage.
Looking at disadvantage, trying to get back to stage right here, getting caught by the pin. It's so hard to really just predict, because you're getting caught. Like you see the SHADIC at platform distance, and you see him throw that side B, and he's like, "Yeah, bro, I really don't know if you're gonna pin me here or not."
SHADIC just kind of throwing it out as a test of the waters, just trying to see how okay, how much are you gonna go in as a punish option? If I whiff this, it's not really super punishable. I got a pin jump, I can get out. The escape options are there. But it looks like that Hydro Pump starting to put up some pressure on ledge, and now he's forcing it up. There we go.
So Tarik fighting back. Big percentages on him, though. And this is also something that we talked about, SHADIC, not necessarily being able to seal kills, really early, and now it might be costing him here. Can they get the platform reset? No.
Yeah. This is kind of the interesting part. Greninja, super light, tied with Dink and Isabelle as on the weight class. Got to be careful because you're even lighter than Peach. So even though Corrin sometimes has a difficulty killing, I will say SHADIC so far not having any issues. But now we're down. Cannot get anything more. This edge guard might be more than is tenable.
Oh,
and it is
wow.
indeed going to do it. Tarik forces SHADIC out to the very edge of the blast zone, too far for the Dragon to get back.
Right, I thought it was going to be the SHADIC on the other end of that, representing those ledge traps very effectively, but then it ended up being Tarik.
All right, I think we've still got a little bit more work to do here for SHADIC. The young king just trying to get himself back from these offstage edge guards. Obviously, Tarik taking a lot of strength out there. He's really feeling himself. Yeah,
just staying solid. Like I said, SHADIC, I thought that his ledge traps were going to be just a little bit more effective, but the fact that Tarik was able to just get so little, so much off of so little, right? You saw the down tilt and able to pop him up off the up tilt, and then literally getting either fairs or back airs and just setting him up for that offstage pressure. And Tarik up one after a really hot start from SHADIC as well.
And that's the pressure of Greninja. You're forcing a linear recovery like Corrin to have to go higher in a lot of situations. That's easy pickings for things like fair.
Yeah.
And even bear, at higher percent. You can still find a lot of great options. And these are quick areas that cover a nice horizontal range. You've got the disjoint in the kunai, so you got to be careful.
So here we go, game 2 between these competitors, running it back on PS2.
Yeah, I'm not sure. The run back to PS2, interesting enough because, you know, longer stage like this could lend itself to both characters. We're seeing good up air string so far from SHADIC. Forces out an air dodge, unable to really do too much, just resets.
Yeah, this is really akin to the first game and how that started, so you got to really see if SHADIC is going to pull through and, like, follow through. Make sure that, you know, he keeps up that momentum throughout the rest of this set so far. You're already down the game.
Okay, and yeah, that's a really quick jab, and using the pressure there from the rapid jab aspect of it as well. For a grab, and get a lot of grabs in Greninja. You have some great grab game.
Man, Tarik is keeping him at platform distance and not letting him get back in the middle of the stage. Wow, air dodging the side special right there. Very, very good on Tarik. Tarik's defense looking pretty prime right now, but as I say that, getting there and up aired again, so getting really, really close in percentages between these two competitors.
We're looking for a Trump, unable to really get too much to stick. SHADIC just goes back, parry, backs off, and then, yeah, the bait and switch fades out and right back in with a pin. I mean, you can go out with that air drift that you talked about, Banjo, but then when you turn around with that pin, it's a burst option and a half.
That spot dodge was crazy.
Good. Hey, now actually a little bit of trade of the stage control. Tarik looking a little bit too greedy there. Still finds something here center stage. Not looking too bad. And at 122, he's probably a breath away. Maybe like 1 or 2 good strong hits. But if the DI is improved from the last game, as I would expect, will still be a little bit longer before this kill goes off.
Yeah, Tarik over here holding steady 122%. Like, and this is kind of like just this errant game of keep away. It's not a war of attrition per se, just because, you know, nothing is being thrown. But this combo conversion from Tarik is sick right now. You got him off stage and just setting up for another back air off of the recovery and trading right there. And unfortunate for SHADIC.
Those trades you want to take every time if you're Tarik. You know that you're not in super big danger, because even then you might get sent up and away. But I mean, on town, like I could see it surviving just as much here as it is on Town and City. I can see it.
Tarik getting,
okay.
The exam is over.
Nice.
No more extra credit. A little bit of energy being sent SHADIC's way. He has a long, long way to go. Big mountain to climb.
Yeah, the projectile trying to get the shuriken to put some pressure on, but SHADIC unperturbed, just going for some of the old reliable stuff, right? Space out, get that full range of the sword. You don't want to go too far in, because then you're getting way too close to him.
Yeah, you see that he wants the safest pressure possible, but literally he's getting blown up by Tarik right now.
Like we said, a lot of good, safer moves on shield, so even the out-of-shield options aren't the saving grace for either player in this set.
Wow. Just upending him right there with the side special.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh,
wow,
geez.
That conversion. Hey, these combos from Tarik are sick right now, man.
I love it. Still forcing out those panic air dodges from SHADIC. I'm hoping that he's not showing his hand a little bit too much, but we get that great rapid jab. Both of them able to utilize that tool effectively on the ledge.
So Tarik has been, oh my God. The hydro pump from Tarik has just been really, really instrumental in his success. Like literally like throwing that thing on ledge and forcing the up B out of SHADIC and causing that air drift to be like, hey, you're going to go my way, you're going to grab ledge. I'm forcing you to make a choice, right?
Yeah, and sending him into free fall as well, so there's nothing he can do but just hope that maybe Tarik makes a mistake. But at that point, it's a little too late. Tarik is going to be practiced and pristine with those run-up dash cancel F tilts, among other things. They're going to be really instrumental in taking out SHADIC when he goes too far off the stage by choice or not.
Tarik holding steady right here, man. 2-0 right now. Nothing more dramatic than, you know, a reverse 3-0, right?
Definitely. And the stage could be set for that. SHADIC, if we see a difference in stage pick, maybe there could be leverages that have yet to be unlocked.
Right. No, back-to-back PS2.
Yeah.
Right. I would think that there has to be some type of stage strike here for the third pick, especially since SHADIC is staring down the barrel of a 3-0. So.
Yeah, it's true. We didn't have too much change in the game plan or the flow chart. Just felt like Tarik cleaned up a lot more of the bread and butters, a lot of the confirms, so many great drag downs. It's like he's playing in the hyperbolic time chamber. He's been practiced.
A little bit of focus between these two, man. So here we go into the churn once again for Game 3. Tarik looking to make this quick, fast, in a hurry. Texas, y'all gonna have to give SHADIC your energy one time for me, please.
That Spirit Bomb's going to be all the more necessary. Tell his fans are heating up. does not want to go home with a top 8 placing and fall here. Still, Tarik getting caught by a couple things, but this is similar to how it happened in the last game. You know, Tarik might take a couple hits here and there, but it seems like he finds his footing soon after.
You see, like, Tarik is turtling end to end, right? Always trying to, like, push them to, like, either the left side of the stage or the right side of the stage, whether it, you know, just as long as they're not in the middle, because that's where, you know, Corrin kind of thrives in the aspect of them getting that combo and, like, oh my God, and Tarik finishing the job.
Wow, Tarik wasting absolutely no time, wants to end this with a 3-0 and a handshake, and it looks like SHADIC, unfortunately, taking one of those really dangerous drag downs very early and dying sub 100. Not where you want to be. Has got to find the air drift elevated for Corrin.
Right, we see, like, SHADIC is doing a really, really good job of catching them in recovery while they're in the air, but the air juggles right now from Tarik putting on a lot of damage. Just extra credit, doing really, really well for him at the moment.
Okay, just trying to space out that back air. It is gonna whip a couple times, but Tarik not going too crazy on the punish, and that disjointed up tilt is gonna be a really nice way for Tarik to catch SHADIC on those air-to-airs or anti-airs.
There we go, SHADIC with the footstool there. Just got him on ledge. Pin not going to hit here. Able to get the stage back in time, but just the back air. Not going to do it just yet. Got him off stage. Going for the pin once again, and the defense from Tarik was solid until that point, but finally getting hit with a kick after the side piece. So here we go, SHADIC looking to gain some momentum.
Starting to get the wind back in his sails, and actually, hey, thank you for the hydro pump. I appreciate that. I don't know at this point. Just a quick reset. Tarik saying, okay, that's fine. I don't need them all to connect.
Yep. Trying to just impose their will defensively, waiting on Tarik to make a mistake like this. Going for these errant dares in the middle of the stage, and the pin actually saving him from the up smash.
That's crazy. Using the ability to freeze your hurt box up there, just out of range of that up smash. It's a scary situation, especially when Tarik starts using that game 3. He hadn't really he kept it in the back pocket up until right about now. He's not really going for some of those big middle options. It's mostly just been like an air supremacy kind of game for him.
See both these guys jockeying for position, like literally like the biggest amount of patience. Yes, gonna get another footstool, but the Nair sending him away and getting hit by the fair SHADIC in the blast zone. And wow, this ledge pressure from Tarik has been excellent.
That fast fall air dodge from SHADIC has been, I think, happening a little bit too much. We're seeing it a lot of times here, especially when Tarik is really trying to make him play scared. He's doing a good job of doing that.
Here we go, able to get his conversion, the back air off the stage. Here we go, and catching his recovery. Not going to be able to get the pin. Good parry.
Okay, and actually being able to avoid that fall with the Nair. A lot of great options.
And he was absolutely waiting on getting the tipper from that pin, setting up for a one-stock situation.
Oh, yeah.
And Tarik is trying to put it away right now.
Okay, the delay this time not going to be caught by that. I love the patience here from SHADIC.
And mixing up the air drift right here. SHADIC has a long way to go, but if he stays from center stage,
that's your time, bro. You got to go for it.
Yeah, a little bit of a missed opportunity in the center stage right there from that freeze.
Okay, yeah, getting caught by that big transparent down air, and that's going to be a weird little custom combo, but Tarik closes it out in very nice fashion.
Yep, Tarik going to be able to move on. SHADIC ending his run in a very strong 7th place at Rise and Grind. One more time for these two competitors, guys. Big round of applause, man.
Shout-outs to SHADIC, the hometown hero. Still made it all the way to top 8 with a litany of upsets and showing that this kid's still got the energy. And, I mean, I think a great start to go into other tournaments that are on the next lineup for him, like Big House.
Yep, going to end at 7th, but he's still #1 in the hearts of all Texans. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, a very, very good run, man. Very good run. We're all still so very proud of him. But in any case, Tarik going to be able to move on in bracket, awaiting the winner of future matches. But moving.
I think it's the Geist. It should be the Geist set.
Yeah, we got the Geist set coming up next, actually. Geist and Anathema.
Yep, that one's going to be a really interesting one because we've seen Anathema in a top 8 at Rise and Grind before. It's the only returning top 8 contender for Rise and Grind this time around. So we are going to do a quick interview with Tarik, the recent winner of that last set. So we'll throw it over to our good old ring announcers. Let's go.
Hey, and it's on me now. Hey, how's everybody still feeling out there? We doing good? We doing good? Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Tarik, talk to me. You had to kick off top 8. You feeling any butterflies? You feeling nervous? I mean, that looked like some confident gameplay, but what's going on under that exterior?
I'm definitely feeling good. I mean, the combos were right, the stocks were right, the edge guards were there. I mean, I can't feel better.
No doubt about it. And I was a little worried about you going into that match. I mean, of course, we know the threat that Corrin poses this as a character, how long she is. Of course, she's a swordy. But how important was it for you, especially a character that really relies on that short hop nair? It's like -2. It's so safe. How important was it to make sure you landed every one of those as cleanly as possible?
It was super important because, like, SHADIC was super consistent on the out of Shifutsu down airs.
Yes.
So, like, I was not allowed to mess up. It was always there, so I didn't even rely much on dash tag. I just nair. I just relied more on seeing how he approaches, see if I can maybe parry something here and there, and get myself some out of Shifutsu downers or something.
No doubt about it. I noticed a good chunk of that match was also played off stage, too. It seems like that was kind of your kill switch. On stage is on stage. Of course, there's always going to be a bout back and forth. But how important was it for you to make sure that you really applied that pressure off stage?
I think Greninja is super good at edge guarding Corrin, and that's like the main positive part about the matchup, I think.
Yeah.
So if I didn't win anything off stage, then I don't think I would have won the set.
Wise words from a potential champion right here, Rising Grind 2023. Commentators, back to you.